to our third
And final
topic.
dun dun.
I don't know whose topic it was. I just know that you guys were both talking about it. So
Oh,
I'm
I
just
just-
gonna let you guys take it.
Yeah. All right, do you want to do a coin or do you want me to do it?
Sure. Oh, well, okay. I'll explain it. So we're talking about.
Talking about.
It's the end of the year. The end of the year is coming
exactly.
up.
It's the end of the year, so we're gonna be talking about our hyped for games we're anticipating for 2018.
Okay, so how are we gonna do this?
I think we have to at least know it's being released.
Okay,
We have to know it's being
so there's no
released.
Last of Us. There's no Death Stranding. There's no. It has to have a
What does
coming in 2018.
Does it say if it's coming in 2018 and then somehow later in the year it says
I
it gets
think
pushed back?
If after this point, if it gets pushed back, that's
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay,
count.
yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
it
So if
doesn't
it
count.
says
as of
2018.
Yeah, like if
today-
Red Dead, they go coming out 2018, and then they go, sorry, never mind, coming out in 2019.
Okay,
That would
then
suck,
I
but
do
yeah.
have a game. That
Okay,
I
all right.
want. I'm
So are we
excited.
doing one apiece?
However many you want. I
Okay.
guess.
I mean, we have like we can go another half an hour. So.
Okay. Yeah.
For me, I think I only have one that I know for a fact is coming out in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah,
Off the top of my
so
head.
do I,
Off the top of my
whatever,
head.
yeah.
So.
So go ahead.
And so far, I can't talk much about this game because there's only been two trailers
I think it's
or
gonna
something.
be tough to kind of.
Well, I think all of these
elaborate,
games
yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
Like,
There's like 2 trailers or something, maybe 3. But one of the trailers came out like 2 weeks ago or something, so it's fresh on my
Okay.
mind. I was like, it's for the Switch. I'm super excited for it. It's Shin Megami Tensei 5 for
Yeah.
the Nintendo Switch.
Mhm.
that was announced when the Switch was out,
Yes, it
right?
was
and then they
announced-
never they don't have a name for it, or is that the official
that's
name?
just the
okay.
whole
Yeah.
name. Yeah, they aren't going to call it anything else because that's
Really?
how it is
Okay.
for the main series.
Okay.
It's
Alright.
always just SMT and then whatever number.
Okay.
And this is really exciting. The trailer, first of all, is really hyped. The music is good because it's made by I'm gonna be blanking on his name right now because I'm a little
Just
tired.
what he's
But
done.
he's done all the SMT games in Persona series, so he's got a wide music range. Because if you listen to SMT, that's hard rock, like metal sort of music, and then Persona is like ranging from hip hop to jazz to like
it's like every game
pop.
they change.
Yeah, every game is a different sort of genre of
Yeah.
music. So he's very well versed.
There's like Nabuya.
No, that's Final Fantasy.
Oh,
right?
yeah. That's Final Fantasy.
I can't remember his name right
Yeah.
now. I
That's
love
fine.
him. I would name drop him if I could remember right now, but I can't. And it's really exciting because every time I see SMT, I get really hyped. Just because I think it's such an interesting concept of like it always takes place in the apocalypse. Although some of the games take place at different points in the apocalypse. Like one of them is like, oh, the apocalypse has happened here for like a long time, and everybody's just kind of lived with it or whatever.
Now, for those that have never played SMT game, are they the same story, just different
No,
viewpoints?
they're all different.
They're all different.
games, except for SMT4.
Do they know that others exist, or have the other things happened in this universe?
No,
Or
'cause
is it all
they're
different
always-
like
universes?
Final Fantasy.
They're
where
always
yeah,
on
one's a
Earth.
different one.
It's just like so one game might happen because like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse came,
Yeah.
and one might happen because there was like a nuclear fallout or something like
So
that.
they have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah, they have nothing to do with each other.
They're not even
although
the same universe of each other.
They have similar themes, I guess, because
Okay.
the basis of SMT is typically, it's more about like humanity and how people are. Because the main thing that is always in SMT is law, chaos, and neutral. Typically, there might be some other spins on it, but you're always going to be playing a character, and your choices will either lead up to you becoming, or you having law ending, having a chaos ending, which can be synonymous with good or bad depending on how you view it, or a neutral ending, meaning whatever you've said or done has brought no like change,
Yeah.
right, essentially. And depending on how the game world is, because each of the game can view it differently, affects your ending. So like I know in SMT4, I guess this is kind of a spoiler. Well, not really. Okay. So SMT4, an example is, you'd think, what out of law, neutral, and chaos, which one do you think would be the good ending?
Wait.
Out of law, neutral, and chaos.
Oh, I would think law would be like the good.
What
ending.
about you? Just right off
Yeah.
the bat.
Probably Law.
Law,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
but
Law and Chaos are the bad endings in those games, or technically.
Oh, really?
They both result in very bad things happening. Neutral is actually, by remaining neutral, you end up doing the greatest good in them. And in some of the games, it's because since chaos brings change, that is the best ending in some of the games. It all depends on how the world is built in the SMT games. And so,
So it's a little bit like Mass Effect, where it's like choices. I mean, it's a little
I
more.
mean-
Mass Effect's a little bit more easier to
Yeah.
tell which
yeah,
one is which.
Mass
but
Effect's a little bit more straight
yeah,
edge.
good, bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah,
or
this
pick
one
a
seems.
color.
Yeah, exactly. Because now they tell you.
Blue,
but
green, or red.
but it seems like kind of like, I mean, because it's same. Atlas is doing both, right?
Yeah.
They do both. So it kind of seems like how Persona is, where they don't really tell you how things are gonna like. If you say, "Oh wow, you look nice today," like that can affect your relationship with somebody, but then the other person's like, "Oh, so he thinks she
exactly.
looks nice."
So an
Like,
example
so-
is towards the beginning of the game. There's a character that is in a lot of pain or something,
Oh, great.
and you have either the
Great way to
option
start things.
to do nothing, which is the neutral
Okay.
option.
Yeah.
It's typically phrased in this way, by the way. There's the neutral chaos.
Does
or
it tell
good.
you?
It doesn't
like,
tell you, but you can infer based off how it's
Oh,
phrased.
okay,
So
okay.
you can mercy kill him, do nothing, and then actually maybe there's only 2 options on this one. Sometimes there isn't multiple more than just one options. But you have, and then there's typically, as the protagonist, you're a blank slate essentially always in
Yeah.
SMT games typically. But then
Same with
the
Persona.
people, your friends around you, if you do have friends, some of the games you don't have any friends. SMT4, your friends reflect the chaos or order or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can
So-
persuade them into being dicks.
Oh, kind
Like-
of. So if you mercy kill the guy, the chaos guy will be happy because he'll be like, "Hey, good job. He was in a lot of pain. He didn't want to be in
Oh,
that."
there's
But the
t-
law
character-
guy,
got it,
But the
okay.
law guy will be like, "Why didn't you just talk to him?" Why? And so you'll, no matter what you choose, you're
Someone's gonna be
always
mad.
get
Yeah.
someone's gonna get mad at
Yeah.
you. So
Sounds
it's-
like a great group of friends.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm really excited for SMT5 though, because it's the first SMT game that's been on consoles since PS2.
I was wondering that because I'm like, I remember seeing the teaser
Yeah.
on the Switch launch, and I was like, oh man, because at first I saw all of the in the SMTs they're demons, right?
Yeah, they're
yeah.
they're
So
demons,
what I
not
saw was personas,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and then I was like, wait a minute, that can't happen because Persona is PlayStation's license.
Yeah.
So like, and then I was like, oh, we might get a Shin Megami Tensei, and then sure enough, like. That's where we're
Yeah.
going here. But there is a full trailer now
Yeah, there's a little bit of I think it's just a longer extended trailer of some of the things we've already
of
seen.
the teaser. That we saw.
And it still is very vague in what's happening.
Yeah.
It's just sort of a hype trailer. And it's really exciting because
worked.
it
Yeah, I
looks
mean, yeah.
really. I forget. I think I don't. It's not Unreal Engine, or I forget. But they say like, or no, it might be Unreal. I don't know.
I don't know what was Persona being played on. It's probably the same exact.
It's probably
one
the
as Persona,
same, yeah.
I
so-
thought it was like the Havoc engine.
Oh, the little gear thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
it might be in
I
that case.
think.
But I remember it said in the trailer like it was like, oh, we're using this, and the
Oh, that's right.
models
It was
all
a
look
big
really,
deal.
really
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Maybe it is. They're switching over to like Unity or something.
And the
like that.
thing is, it's on Switch, so it looks really good too. Of
Well,
course, it's
mean,
stylized.
Yeah. Well, even then, if like seeing the handheld versions of like Persona 4 Golden, even though it was in that little chibi like look sometimes, it still looked really good on the
Yeah.
Vita. Like I was like, wow, this is running on the Vita, and there's a lot that I can do right now.
So imagine playing Persona 5, sort of, but on a Switch
I
or something.
cannot wait now.
That would be
like
really
I'm
cool.
I'm really hyped for that now.
And so yeah, it's kind of like a big deal because the last time was PS2 and it was SMT3, and a lot of people claim that as like the best Shin Megami Tensei game. Just I don't exactly know the exact reason. I own it, I just don't have a PS2 to play it on.
You got a PS2.
But
Well, not here.
Yeah,
but,
a lot of
Or maybe
people-
you got one here.
No,
Yeah.
I have one.
I
I have
have
a
one
working
too,
one
yeah.
here.
are just
It's underneath my PS4.
I think are waiting for it, and I think also with Persona coming out, I think more people are like, oh wow, like maybe I want to play this game too.
Well, Atlas over the last couple of years has kind of made a name for itself because, even though they've already had, it's just kind of broken out more towards a lot of other people because, with a lot of people talking about, I think the Vita helped Persona 4 Golden like a lot with them telling because every time I try to convince people of like the PS Vita is not a complete waste of time. Like literally, if you just bought that game and bought that console, you would be totally set. Like
Yes.
it's that good of a game. And I think when Persona 5 came out, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, well I've always heard about Golden. I've never
Yeah.
done like," and so then when 5 came out, it was like this big, "Oh wow!" And now
Exactly.
everyone bought it. Like as
Yeah.
far as I know, a lot
everybody
of people
played it
bought
and was like, "Oh wow, the presentation in this game is."
Atlas doesn't mess around, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've played a few Atlas games, and
Well,
Persona
yeah, with your
5
Demon
is,
Souls over there.
Demon Souls.
yeah,
That's
still,
published. Yeah.
That's still my favorite in the Soul series. But no, yeah, like I have Persona 5. I haven't finished it, but I really enjoyed what I've done so far.
Yeah.
In it. So, and the style is just, it's just the style. I love the style in that game. So.
What about you, David? What's a game you're looking forward to next year for
The-
2018?
The game that I am looking forward to,
or I guess like right now, because when this episode
Yeah.
comes out,
the game that I'm looking forward to, yeah, because we're recording in the middle of December right
yeah,
now. For those of you watching, just so you know.
timestamp it.
The game that I am looking forward to, if it doesn't get pushed back, which it might, if it does, I won't be upset. You know,
Mhm.
I'm not the kind that gets upset when a game gets pushed back.
Yeah, I
Unless-
mean we've already kind of
unless
talked about
unless it's getting pushed back because the people are leaving.
Yeah.
Like there's bad
You're
stuff
fired.
happening on
Oh,
going
yeah.
on, that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. But I am assuming that's not going to happen with this one because it's Red Dead 2.
Red Dead 2, that's a good one,
Really
yeah.
looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2
Same.
because Red Dead Redemption was one of my favorite games. In my top 5 games of the last console cycle, hands down.
Yeah, I actually just played it on stream like a couple months ago.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
and
That's the postings are.
yeah, it's to me. I don't know. Like you can check it out right here on
Yeah,
YouTube. But like, yeah, Red Dead, same. It's just that it's something special too. It's like
yeah,
there's something about it.
Yeah, because I bought it when they re-released it on the Xbox backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Xbox One, I was like, yeah, I'll buy Red Dead again for $10, and I started
Yeah.
playing it again, and I'm like,
I still have my
man.
360 copy.
I still have my PlayStation 3 copy, and I have the 360 version of the zombies.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
How you have that.
My brother got it for me for.
They sold it
for Christmas.
separately.
You could buy the zombie mode separate.
Well, I
as
knew
its own
that.
game.
But I had that digitally, so I never had it like.
It's on.
I
disc.
have the physical.
I have
one.
it
I have
on,
the Game
I
of
have
the Year
a
version
physical.
now.
I have it on physical disc by itself.
That's
Weird.
weird.
Yeah,
And
I
yeah.
didn't-
well, the
sold
thing
like
was
that.
is I had so for this little bit in the conversation, I had on PlayStation 3. My PlayStation 3 died, and so my brother got it for me on the 360 for Christmas.
So that you could play.
So I could play it.
the-
Yeah. So I could play it.
Yeah, Undead Nightmare. Was
Yeah,
it?
Undead Nightmare. Yeah, and that was a lot of fun.
I
Yeah.
love
Oh
that.
yeah.
That was a lot
yeah.
of fun
It was
with
good.
DLC. But yeah, Red Dead. Like even when like I said, the day it popped up on backwards compatibility, $10, you've got it, Xbox. So let me play it, and I was playing it, and it's even on the Xbox One, it still looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't hold up to games now, but I mean, it looks really good. It's still solid. Like the gameplay doesn't feel dated. The direction, the cut scenes are still I play it and I still feel like I'm playing like a modern game, not a game that came out in 2011, 2010.
that old
Something-
now?
2010 or
2000, I
something
think it was
like
like
that,
May. Was it May 20th, 2010? Is it weird that I might know that?
yeah.
Exactly.
No, because I think we talked about it before, and then you like. Yeah. Let's see here.
I think it was May 20th.
But yeah, go on.
But yeah, that game, man. Just even like the physics engine. That was
2010. What did you say?
May 20th.
May
Ooh,
18th.
close.
May 18th.
Wow.
That was pretty good.
Maybe that's the day like you got it. or
Yeah,
something.
maybe. like, a
No,
couple
no,
days
I had
later.
that thing pre-ordered and paid
Oh, okay.
off day one. And that was also my introduction to multiplayer for a Rockstar game as well. Because I had
multiplayer.
had online
Yeah.
multiplayer.
It was really good.
Very similar to Grand Theft Auto Online, just in like a Western setting. And I
didn't know
remember I used to play the crap out of the online. And the first thing you do when you got on a live server is you go straight to the fort that has the Mauser automatic pistol. because that was the best PvP weapon, and then you go and get the 22 round rifle because that was the best PvE gun. And so like you would go and do your all your little PvE events, and then when people would just show up to gank you, you just bust out that pistol and you just destroy them because you just go pop 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 pop, and then they're gone. And then you get messages like rage messages, like
People getting mad at you.
yeah, it's like you chose to jump me. I defended myself. You're dead. And then they just keep coming at you, and you're just pop, 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 pop. And then you just I remember I can distinctly remember this one time where I get cornered at this health pack, and this guy and I got the pistol, and this guy is just coming at me repeatedly over and over. And every time I kill him, I just get a new health pack if he hits me, and he just keeps coming at me at his horse, and I just pop, pop, pop. Pop, 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 and he's just dead. And he just kept coming at me for like a half an hour, and I just I'm done, and so I just logged out.
Oh my god.
But no, Red Dead, fantastic game, especially on that generation. Like I said, it's in my top 5. I think that game, like games out there, will just be timeless. It will always be good because the mechanics in it, so good.
Well, you can definitely tell like where GTA 5 got a lot of its stuff.
Yeah, because
I mean, looking at both of them, LA Noire and Red Dead, like there's this combination that kind of delivered with GTA.
The way that I look at the evolution of Rockstar's open world games is the difference between GTA 4 and GTA 5 was developed in Red Dead.
Yeah,
mechanically and especially when it came to like its gunplay, its fist fighting, because like the gunplay and like the melee fighting in 4 was not that intuitive. It was kind of
so I have a wiki page here open because
mm-hmm.
I was gonna go to IGN's thing, but IGN's is like weirdly done. So
okay.
I'm just gonna read off a few and then we'll kind of go. So January, these are as of December 12th, right? 11th, December 11th, 2017. Ni no Kuni 2 comes out for Windows and PS4.
I think that looks interesting. I think it's funny this Windows and PC game, yeah.
Monster Hunter World comes out next year. Were you a Monster Hunter fan?
I'm interested in this one. I haven't played much of them. My friend keeps talking to me
I've played the
about
first one. I beta tested the first one. I played the first one, and then I played the Try on the PSP.
I don't know
Monster
any
Hunter
of
Try
it.
on the PSP.
Because the only one I know that like really took off was Monster Hunter 4, right? On the 3DS, and like everyone loved it.
Yeah, because I played it on the PSP, and I was really excited and hyped to play it. But that's a game that if you play by yourself, it's a struggle.
Yeah, it's definitely one.
And I couldn't find anybody to play it with, even in like the online servers. I just couldn't figure it out.
The World one is pretty cool because it's like an MMO light.
Mm-hmm.
It's cross-platform, and you guys can play with each other. So that's what my friend's trying to get me to play on PC, so he can play with me.
Secret of Mana is coming to Windows, PS4, and PS Vita.
But that's a remake, though.
Yeah, is it a remake or is they just porting it? Okay.
No,
it's coming to Vita, so I'm glad about that.
Well, the thing is like if they just port it, I mean, it's on the Super Nintendo Classic.
Yeah,
The
but like
original,
not the Sony consoles or Windows.
I think it's a full remake.
That's in February.
Yeah.
February 16th, Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2 come for the Switch.
I think we're gonna get that.
And then let's see, Sword Art Online's coming out again. There's another Sword Art game. Attack on Titan 2. Sea of Thieves comes out in March 20th. Windows and Microsoft.
I'm actually want to. I think we should
do a lot of
get
stuff
that
for that.
and play together for some content. I think we would have a good time in there.
That might be like contending with GTA as a reoccurring game that we play. Far Cry 5 comes out in March 27th, alongside with MLB The Show 18.
The only baseball game.
We Happy Few comes out in
finally.
April 13th. Yep, Xbox, PS4, and Windows. I'm actually a little bit excited for that. That's what
I was too for the trailer. Then I saw like the beta test and all that, and it was very different.
Oh yeah, they keep changing it, but then they pulled it again. So
well, they got a big publisher now with what 2K, I think. Backs them now. 2K or somebody like swooped in and is giving them and upping their budget. And I think it was 2K. Because 2K did BioShock.
Gearbox is
Gearbox.
publishing.
Well, isn't Gearbox is 2K, right? Gearbox is
Yeah,
under
they're
the
owned by that.
2K,
But, yeah,
2K
but Gearbox mainly is known for being on Borderlands. Yeah,
for Borderlands. Yeah.
and it's being on the Unreal Engine 4. So there
Yeah,
you
so
go.
I'm kind of excited to see how they're gonna do it because it looked like a good game too for those BioShock fans who have a cheer for BioShock.
Yeah, it will always be. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to read some of these.
Yeah.
Crackdown is coming out in quarter 1, quarter 2. There's still nothing about it
I just can't get excited for that one.
because it keeps coming and going, and we don't
well,
hear about it.
Well, I've never played the previous ones, and so it's just I understand the ambition it's going for, and I think that's really cool, and I think that would be fun. But if there's any sort of flaw in the execution, I feel like it's just gonna be a mess.
Days Gone comes out for PS4, which is made by Sony Bend, right? Isn't that one?
I have no idea.
Made in
Personally,
Bend,
I'm
Oregon. Oh no, I don't want that. Yep, Bend. They are made in
Cool.
Bend, Oregon. So just
Cool.
a little bit south of us.
Yep.
Detroit Become Human. I am almost tempted to buy a PS4 for this game.
You should just buy a PS4 or just have a PS4.
It's a lot of money to just throw out there. I just bought the X. I can't just buy another console like that. You know my feels.
I mean,
my dad wants to get a PS4, so I might have to get that.
you
to play
can
with
get
him.
them under 200 at this particular time, depending on where you go.
I've not seen it Black Friday prices since
Black Friday.
Yeah.
We had
'Cause now it's
at the store. We had a couple Black Fridays pop up that we somehow just show up, and they were still marked at the
Let me know.
Black Friday price.
Let me know. So yeah, Detroit comes out quarter 1, quarter 2.
I'm interested.
Comes out
really
for
interested-
PS4.
I'm really interested though in that Detroit because I really enjoyed Heavy Rain.
Well, this seems like it's every single decision. No matter, you know how when you answer 4 or 5 different things, and then all of a sudden oh, this 6th thing, this is what's going to change the story. Apparently, every single little decision changes the whole aspect of the game.
Yeah, because
Really?
I love
Everything
I
from
loved
talking to
Heavy
somebody,
Rain,
from not talking to somebody,
Yeah.
from will change the whole ending of the game.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
yeah. I
Um,
skipped Beyond Two Souls though, and I'm kind of glad I did.
Yeah, we tried playing that on here. On the
Yeah, oh yeah,
channel,
that's
so.
right. Yeah, the Louis Vuitton, the famous Louis Vuitton.
Yeah,
toilet.
it's the most popular video.
Yeah.
Fortnite, right here. Fortnite comes out.
Really?
Windows, Mac,
That's
PS4,
weird.
Xbox One.
All right.
Frostpunk, I've never heard of that. Comes out on Windows. God of War coming out on quarter 1 is the release time, and PS4 is where that's
I
obviously
never got
going.
into those games. Even though I beta tested the first one, I thought it was cool.
My
but
dad loves God of War.
just
That's the only
couldn't-
reason why he wants to get a PS4 is to continue playing God of War. Kingdom Hearts 3, maybe.
Maybe.
It comes out.
That's the one that keeps getting pushed back.
Yeah, PS4, Xbox One. The first Kingdom Hearts game to come to Xbox. It hasn't,
It's on Xbox.
yeah, coming out for Xbox One.
Nintendo
Action.
Switch, PS4, and Xbox
That's-
One.
This one.
Oh,
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3.
yeah, I was,
You're looking at Kentucky Route Zero TV edition coming out for a Nintendo Switch and PS4 and Xbox
okay.
One.
Well, screw the Nintendo Switch. I guess.
Jurassic World Evolution comes out for Windows, Xbox One, and PS4. Again, I'm not reading all of them, but they
Right,
are. I'm
just-
reading them. Mega Man 11 comes out in quarter 4, Windows,
Yeah, I've heard
Nintendo
they're actually
Switch,
doing
PS4, and
an
Xbox
official
They're
One.
finally
Mega
doing
Man.
Mega Man. Yeah.
Yeah. What else is there? Monster Hunter World comes out to Windows. Not announced yet, but it will come there. Project Octopath Traveler for the Nintendo Switch. Did you guys play the demo? Did you play the demo of it? It is available. It's free. You can play a pretty good chunk of it. I played a little bit of it, but I'm like, wow, this game's not for me. So, but I think it would be great. Psychonauts 2 doesn't have a release date, but it comes out for Windows, Mac, Linux, PS4, and Xbox One. Rainbow Skies. I don't know what Rainbow Skies is, but it is
No
a
idea.
PlayStation all around. Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out quarter 2, so that's May, June, July. No, yeah, that's May, June.
Yes.
Wait, March, April, May, no. January, February, March, April, May, June
Yeah.
is quarter 2. I was wondering. I was like, July doesn't sound like quarter 2. Shenmue 3 might come out next year.
I feel like
Might.
that. I feel like those games could become a hot mess, unfortunately.
Shinigami Tensei, Strange Journey
Yeah,
Redux
that's
for the 3DS.
remake on 3DS.
Yeah, Spider-Man comes out either quarter 1, quarter 2. No one knows. PS4.
I think I'm gonna pick that one up.
Spider-Man, I think I would do that too. State of Decay, obviously coming to Xbox. State of Decay 2 coming to Xbox.
See,
quarter 1,
that
quarter
that
2.
because I really wanted to get the first one, but it didn't have multiplayer, and I think for me that game needs to have multiplayer for me to be really invested.
State of
in
Decay?
it. Yeah.
We never know. Never know. What was just announced at the Video Game Awards, Soul Calibur
Mhm.
6 coming out for
Mhm.
Windows, PS4, Xbox One. That was pretty exciting to see.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's the last fighting series that I was really into was Soul Calibur, and I think it was Soul Calibur 2 on the Xbox.
Oh, I played Soul Calibur 4 because that was when Yoda was on Xbox
Yeah.
and Vader was on PS3.
Mhm.
So I never got to play as Vader, but I always played as Yoda. I mean,
Mhm.
I didn't always, but he was in the story for some weird reason.
Mhm.
System Shock coming to Windows,
That's the full
Mac.
remake, right?
Yeah, obviously.
the
This is the one that was kickstarted. Windows, Mac, Linux, PS4, Xbox One, which is cool to play System Shock on an Xbox One. That'd be really cool. It comes out to quarter 2. And then The Crew 2 coming out quarter 2, quarter 3. The Guild 3. The Last Night. I don't know what that is. Walking Dead Final Season.
They're
To
still
be
doing that?
announced.
Okay.
It's going to be the last one. Well, Clementine's story is going to have to end soon. So here we go.
Okay.
And also one game that I've been really excited for, The Wolf Among
Oh.
Us Season 2 coming out next year. I'm really happy
It
for
took
that.
them a long time.
Yeah.
How many
geez,
games
I
have they released since the first
a lot.
one?
A lot they've released. I've lost track. I've just wanted it for so long now.
Because how long ago was The Wolf Among Us? Like,
I can't even remember.
Like 2013.
Yeah, I think
No,
thir-
because that's when Walking Dead came out. Let's see here. All right, I think it might have been 2012. So here, the Wolf,
a mongoose. A mongoose.
a mongoose. 2013. So there you go. Yeah. So 4
5
years,
Well, 5 years.
5 years next year. Yeah.
but think in the meantime though, in Telltale years though, like how many other Telltale games have they pumped out in that time frame?
I mean,
You
they've
know what
done
I
a
mean?
Batman game.
Minecraft.
They've done
They've
two
done
seasons of
They've
Minecraft.
done two, no, they've also done. They're working on their second season of the Batman game.
Well, the Batman thing's almost over now.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Tales of the Borderlands came out.
Mm-hmm.
The Game of Thrones series has gotten
Mhm.
Game of Thrones got an announcement before the Wolf Among Us did, but I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
Toe Jam and Earl Back in the Groove comes out for
Nice.
all things, anything.
Nice. I remember Toe Jam.
Tropico 6 coming out for PS4, Xbox One, and Windows. And then Valkyrie Chronicles 4 comes out for Switch, PS4, Xbox One.
Valkyrie Chronicles on Xbox, huh?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus comes out for the Nintendo Switch next year.
Oh, cool.
It's supposed to be quarter 1, but they don't have it written down here
Right.
because I saw the little thing that they were doing. And World of Warcraft is, I guess, getting an expansion, which is next year. Which is no, not this one. Oh, it is. It is
Yeah,
the
it
Battle of
is.
Azeroth.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And there was some little sneaky peek thing that we got during the Video Game Awards for the new game that it might be Bloodborne
From
too.
Software.
Yeah, it might be something else.
Mhm.
I hope, to be perfectly honest, I hope it's something different. Like I want to see them
Well,
go into other
I
things.
Well, they're
thought they
gonna
had
prob-
stated that Dark Souls 3 was the last Souls game.
That's the last Souls
game,
one.
but Bloodborne is different.
Yeah, but
the thing is, though, is I
that
don't
would
know-
mean they would
They
have
have to be-
one game now.
Right.
So
They
they
would have.
could.
I don't see them doing another exclusive.
No,
no.
Again, what
not
I'm-
with how much money they've been making from Microsoft, like having 3 and 2 on there.
But I don't know. I bet you it's gonna be the same type of game.
Probably.
Probably the same engine. You
It's-
know.
well,
but it's
Because a lot of people look at Bloodborne as being the faster one, so
Well, yeah,
now
it
it's
is.
now they don't have the strategic, plan your attack kind of thing. If you get hit
Well,
once,
the-
you're gonna blow up.
well, the thing
Like-
is, the thing with Bloodborne is you needed to be a more offensive, and with the Soul series, you needed to be more defensive.
Yeah.
Like if you weren't playing with a shield, you were gonna have a harder time.
you're gonna have a bad time.
Well, and the thing is, though, is I didn't know this, and my very first playthrough ever in a Souls game in Demon Souls, I played as a dual wielder with no shield.
Nice.
and I beat it, and I went through on another playthrough using the shield, and I had a harder time beating the final boss in the game with a shield than when I did without a shield. And there's only one boss in Demon Souls that you actually need a shield for, but I had a little shield that I could use, but you have to have a shield because you have to take hits. Otherwise, you just won't beat it.
Well, that doesn't have a title, or not
Right.
title. Yeah, it doesn't even have a title yet.
No,
yeah,
they
it's
didn't
just,
really do
and
anything.
it doesn't have a date, doesn't have anything. But
Nope, it was just
when
noise and a visual.
but
It
when
was
I
like
looked
10
at it,
seconds
I'm
long.
like, this doesn't look like it could be Bloodborne, but it
People
doesn't look very Bloodborne.
People are thinking it's related. People are thinking it's related to Bloodborne.
I know.
I would
that's a lot of people
I would
thinking so,
assume they wouldn't do another PlayStation exclusive, but
maybe they do an Xbox.
They
exclusive.
probably are. They're probably
No, the Switch gets its own exclusive now.
Yeah, they're just gonna be like doing the Shinigami and.
Did we talk about that they might be bringing the Souls series to the Switch? There's rumors that they might be bringing Dark Souls to the Switch.
I don't know.
Which would
I
be
think
cool.
Nintendo's gonna get a lot
remember
of stuff
in
for
the
Switch.
announcement for companies that were for the Nintendo Switch. It said From
From
Software.
Software,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So
maybe
But,
this
maybe
new
this
game.
new game.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know,
But,
it's their exclusive.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Switch exclusive.
There you
but
go.
but I one of the big Souls series or Blood Soulsborne is what they call the series.
Soulsborne.
Soulsborne is what
Yeah,
they
yeah.
call the series.
That's the one for the Switch.
Well, that's what they like clung.
Yeah,
the
clung
game
together,
yeah,
yeah.
because they're very similar. So.
They one of the big prominent YouTubers who dissected like that little 10-second video. He's pretty convinced that it's related to Bloodborne.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because right now you can't really say it's not or is.
Yeah,
right?
you
You're
can't.
more of
yeah.
leaning towards is than anything. Especially since the Soul series is over for right now. Or yeah, I'm just gonna say for right now. They
I'm
might bring it
pretty
back.
sure it's just. I'm pretty like I wouldn't be surprised if it was just over. I would assume like they're done with the whole Lord Oran story arc. That whole
Was it a continuous story?
kind of sort of.
Okay.
It was each game was like a different era, if I recall correctly. Now, go ahead and tell me if I'm wrong. I didn't follow the lore too much, and there's so much lore, and there's so much that's like I could just be wrong. Like I could straight up be wrong, and let us know in the comments. But it's like I do think that each game represented like a different era of darkness in this one particular, because you go back to places in the previous games other than Demon Souls. Demon Souls is you don't go back to any places, but like from the Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, you do go back to
areas that you were at before.
like there's areas in Dark Souls 3 that are taken from Dark Souls, like straight up. Like you can go to places where NPCs were and stuff like that.
Crazy.
So,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know I just like peaked the whole entire thing.
yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it.
What is your most anticipated game?
Answer the question below. I'm going to break that down for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. If you like the video quality, it is actually on a camera now. Hopefully the frame rate doesn't look too shite because it looks like it on here. But yeah, we're not filming on a iPhone anymore. Who knows? Maybe we might go back. To it.
The iPhone would be better quality.
Maybe. I
Quick,
don't
we
know.
need to redo the whole thing right now.
What?
Oh, I'm just joking.
So the whole entire show.
Yeah, whole entire show.
But ladies and gentlemen, this has been Bitcade. See, somebody is on the ball today. Don't play it on that point. We're gonna do it again.
Oh, we are?
Because he didn't get to say it because I interrupted him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This has been Bitcade. Obviously, when he does it. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you definitely check out more of the stuff that is here on YouTube. If you want to do that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, there's an end card at the end of the video where it will tell you the last episode and a little subscription button and some random video from the future.
And
What else is
And-
there?
I don't
I
know.
don't know what else is there.
You just kept saying and.
There's links in the description below to all of our social medias. Plus, we also do Twitch, so go check us out over there. But there's a little special announcement we have to do here today
Oh,
because somebody is not going to be joining us for the rest of Bitcade. Quinn, you are leaving us for this time being.
Yes, for the time being,
Yes.
I will not be a part of Bitcade to go focus on other endeavors.
Yeah.
but it might not be a permanent thing.
I come back every now and then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not saying I won't ever be back.
Yeah,
Or
and
I
we're
won't
not
be
saying you're never allowed back either.
Nope,
Like
banned,
you are
done.
one of the founders of Bitcade, so like you are more than welcome to be back here anytime you want. But yeah, do you want to give like a little bit here? Like we'll cut the music. You want to give like a little thing? I don't know. You can take your time for it.
Goodbye message. I guess.
Yeah, like to the fans here, they won't be
Yeah.
seeing you for
I
a while.
will say that it was a fun year. I mean,
Yeah.
it's weird to think that it's been a year already, but
12 episodes.
we've done
man.
12 episodes,
Mhm.
and it's just been like a cool experience. We've had
Mhm.
it's weird to think about how we have to come up with different topics each episode, but every time we do come and sit down, we do have something to talk about. And of course, we've discovered as we've gone on better ways to record.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this one's more of a trial
Yeah,
attempt.
right, yeah, we're going all in on the camera here, but
but prior episodes, besides the one where I was at Ryan's house for like
I mean, we've got it. We've been putting out episodes, man. We go out there, we do our episodes, but yeah.
But I definitely think Primal Target has grown in the year that has
Mhm.
happened, because just last year we had started Bitcade, and then now we have the Twitch channel.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then you start uploading clips of the Twitch channel to YouTube.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so we just have it just seems like we got a lot of videos
Yeah.
consistently.
I mean,
Yeah.
January. Oh man, January is our officially we turn 3, right? That's how it works. So like we started in 2016, through it all. We're now 1 in 2012 or 2017, right? And then we're 2 in 2018,
18,
right?
yeah.
And so then we go into year 3 is essentially how that works, right?
Well, once you turn to then you'll
Yeah.
technically be on your way.
Yeah,
to
on
3.
our way to 3. So we would technically be 2 by the time this. Well, maybe the following weeks, but in January we turn 2 officially, and then we go into our year 3.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's been a crazy journey, and it's awesome that you guys kind of joined in on this, on our kind of starting of a podcast that I've always been wanting to do, and it's been really cool to have Quinn on here and
Mhm.
get your perspective on games I never knew
Yeah,
existed.
No, he's bringing games out of the woodwork I've never.
Yeah,
even
I mean, like just
thought.
your Hall of Fame game. It was like I've never heard of the concept of that even being in existence, and it's
That's
crazy.
Yeah, I knew that game existed. I just never knew anybody that had actually played it.
that owns it, like
Yeah.
hold it physically of what
Yeah.
the save is. Yeah, but yeah, it's been really cool. It's been really cool having you
Yeah.
on here and having you as our. I remember talking to you about this when we were on, working with each other. Now we don't work with each other, as paying jobs.
One of the things
Um,
that changed.
Yeah,
over the year.
and but yeah, it's really cool to, we eventually it was like, oh, I talked with David about this. You want to do a podcast with both of us, and like it kind of continued on. But I don't know if David, you have any final words? Or?
No, it's been great. He's brought this perspective to this, because normally Ryan and I, when we would have our talks at work, we generally have almost, I don't want to say the same viewpoints, but we see each other's viewpoints and we usually agree with them. And then Quinn just kind of comes out of left field with these topics and these ideas that I'm like, wow. But it's a good kind of
it's great.
what
It's great.
and so it's made me think of my games differently and the characters, so
Yeah, it's cool how you look at art and music, and to me, over the last year, that's what I've been looking at. I look at art and music a lot more in video games because we talk about it a lot. And it's
I
cool.
noticed it a lot more now, especially I wouldn't own Persona 5 if it wasn't for Quinn.
Yeah.
Just talking about it, because he
I
gets
mean,
so
I wouldn't have
excited
bought
and
Cuphead
so
if it wasn't for
passionate.
the art and music.
Oh
So
Yeah.
it was
yeah,
like,
that game's.
Yeah, I've never as much as I say I've loved, as much as I love Final Fantasy, I never bothered to remember the composer's name, except now I just mentioned it
Yeah,
earlier,
you just
but the only
mentioned him,
reason
yeah.
why I know it is because Quinn gets me thinking about
Yeah.
that stuff now. It's like, who is doing this, and then I remember it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And so it just makes me, it's made me bring a different perspective into games.
Yeah.
So it's more than just, oh, I love doing this. It's more of I know I want to know more about the game, the developers and all that kind of stuff. Like, and same thing with Ryan. Like, I know no voice actors.
Yeah.
The only voice actor I really knew before I met Ryan was Nolan North. I guess because Nolan North's everywhere.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know, so
Now we got the Troy Baker.
Yeah,
the Troy Baker and the Matt Mercer.
The feud of the
Yeah.
century.
Matt Mercer and Troy Baker. You
So-
put them in a pit.
Yeah.
Who would win?
Yeah.
Would it be Booker or would it be McCree?
But you'd have to tell by their voice.
Yeah.
So you'd have to close your eyes and you'd be like, okay, which one of you guys is still alive?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's crazy how that this has kind of gotten into this point. Bitcade will return. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. We're kind of changing up the format a little bit towards a ever rotating third chair, and so it will, for the time being, it will just be David and I, and then
Yeah.
maybe you might pop in here and there, and
Somebody.
Yeah.
And I
another
think that's a
friend might
cool
pop
idea
in.
though, because
Yeah.
what you guys were just saying about perspective and stuff is by if we, if a guest keeps coming in, they should be able to share something,
like a
unique.
totally different viewpoint.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because there's someone like that you would just maybe someone you'd hang out with, but sometimes like someone that you just never really conversed with, and then they're just like, oh yeah, well I like blah blah blah, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
I wanted to see Ryan interact with Tawny.
We might have her on the
That
show.
would be
Have
interesting.
you met Tawny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she working when you left?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
We
worked
might
there
have-
for like
yeah.
a year now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
is
I've
she?
also talked with Riley about having him come on.
Yeah.
I think that would be a hilarious
Riley
show.
is hilarious.
I mean, we have a lot of people
Yeah,
we've lined
we
up.
have a lot of friends. that
So
we can bring on.
they'll come in. I think the next episode though, the one that the first episode we record in 2018, will probably just be both of us to kind of get the format situated.
The gears
Yeah, and
realigned,
and then maybe like you throw in a few things of what we probably should keep and stuff like that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Quinn, I guess this is here. I'll do this closing thing. We'll bring the music back, and then so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you guys can go check out all that stuff, all the social links to all of the Primal Target things. Make sure you subscribe here. Make sure you follow us over there on Twitch. If you want to kick back a few dollars, you can go subscribe to us over there as well. But Quinn, I'm gonna let you have the final words here. You can say whatever you want, do whatever you want. But it's up to you. It's all you, man.
All right.
Lead us out.
Well, I guess the one big thing I gotta say is a big thank you to the fans, to the people who consistently watch the videos. It's nice to know that people besides us, I guess, are actually take time out of their day to listen to what we have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
our-
we talk sometimes for 2 hours.
Exactly, 2 hours. So like, if you sit down and you listen to a whole like 2-hour thing, you don't have to like fully invest your like patience into it. You could have it in the background or whatever, but just listening to it is pretty cool. I think watching the video. So big shout out to the fans.
You gonna say goodnight?
Oh yeah, and good night if it's good night for you.
I was like, you said your
did
last
like a-
thing, and then I was like,
I wasn't.
And?
I wasn't expecting like a proper good night. I was expecting something. What?
yeah. I don't know.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Hasta la vista.